going on, silencers, and welcome back to RimWorld. Now, this is not a normal RimWorld video. This one's kind of technical, and this one is involving the stream that is happening tomorrow, Sunday the 18th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for a few hours at least. So be sure to join me there. And if you do enjoy the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all those fun things. And if you're excited for this series, you gotta let me know in the comments below. But without any further ado, let's get into it. So, starting at the beginning, we'll just create a new colony. Now, this new colony is going to be the Driven Hive. And I'm actually going to edit this scenario a little bit. I was testing it out, so I gave myself 10 times the amount of silver that I needed to begin with. All right. And as far as storytellers go, we could do Cassandra Classic or Phoebe Chillax. Everybody loves Randy Random, of course. I have Void installed just in case we want to get things absolutely crazy. But I think for the most part, we're going to start... Yeah, Winston Waves is probably the best for this scenario. So we're going to do reload anytime and preferred. I have the threat scale set to 100%. There we go. I have the threat scale set to 100%. We're going to bring the research speed down to 150%, actually. They're insects. They're intelligent. They just don't have a lot of their own stuff going. We have the insect spawn rate to 100%. I don't do deep drilling, so I always turn the deep drilling infestation off. It's just one less calculation that the game has to make. Friendly fire is also at 0%, which means absolutely nothing because I have so many mods installed that I still shoot my guys in the face all the damn time. Colonist instant kills and enemy instant deaths, I have those turned off as well. You still get insta kills all the time, again, with all the mods that I have installed. So, yeah, I keep those down. Scaria rot chance. Scaria is a form of rabies, and I just keep that down at 0% because, well, I'm a bug, and it makes sense that I would eat anything I could get my hands on. Trade price disadvantage, I have that set at 0% because I don't want to play with like a stupid economy. Food poison chance is down to 10%, animal revenge chance 10%, infection chance 10%, disease frequency 10%. I find that these are more realistic settings, but you'll have to let me know in the comments below. I can tweak this before I start the stream tomorrow, of course. Adaptation growth rate 100%, adaptation impact 100%. That means that the game will get harder on a perfectly linear scale. So the more gold we have and the more people we have, the harder and harder it gets. And if a bunch of those people die, then it will get considerably easier for a moment. Low population conversion boost times 500%. This doesn't actually do anything because we're going to start with 8 colonists. So it only affects you if you only have 3 people, I believe. Yes, with 3 or more colonists, this has no effect. So it doesn't really matter one way or the other. We are going to have children. We are going to have children enemies. We're going to leave the babies are always healthy off because stuff happens, you know how it is. We are going to call this world a bug world. We're going to set it to 100%, and we are going to change which factions we have. So we're going to get rid of these factions and all of the civil, calm, and neutral factions like that. We want rough, corporate deserters. I really hate the pigskins, so we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to keep the elders as a potential ally. We'll get rid of those. The Thromboian and the Neanderthals and the established tribe and the Mammalkins. And a lot of these really don't matter. Like it doesn't matter which ones I'm getting rid of. And we're getting rid of the mechanoids because the main threat here is humanity coming to our bug world. We've got lots of bug factions involved. And yeah, I hope you guys like what I do with it. Now, this will take a moment. I'll be back with you when the world loads up. All right. Welcome to a bug world. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to turn up the map size the whole way and ignore the warning like I always do. And then we just need to decide where we want to set up. Now, I'd like to set up somewhere hot, personally. Somewhere very desert. We've got Apini Federation and Quarma nests and volcano. Oh, we've got volcano. They're definitely mostly undergroundish. What's that? Yarn Swarm. Oh, it's a faction. Okay. Let's see. Stick towards the middle of the planet, the equator. We could honestly set up just about wherever we wanted. These are caverns, like completely underground, and I don't want to do that for this playthrough. If you guys enjoy this, I will do an entire series of dwarves, like a little bit of magic, dwarves, all that stuff. You have to let me know in the comments below. Is there any pyroclastic conflagration? Is this it? Yes. This is it. And this has an average temp. The hell kind of average temperature is only going up to 29C? -7 to 29C. It's too freaking cold. What about this? Over here? 10 to 27. Seriously, this planet is so cold. And this is Savannah, so it's 17 to 29. The volcano is 24 to 30. Freaking cold. Maybe we should do like an island. I don't want to set up an ocular forest, but and we're bugs. So pollution is our best friend, actually. So like this. Desert island. Ooh. Ooh ooh. Ooh. I love it. I like that a lot. I like that more. And I really like that. It'll be difficult. What's over here? I'm sorry, is that a Forsaken Crags island? Ooh, I kind of like that one too. Yeah, we'll do this one. Next. Okay, so we're going to create a brand new Idea Legend. Why don't we? We're actually going to save one of the ones that I have. Persistent precepts. And this, we're going to switch it over to circuitism, which means that there is bugs, lots of bugs. We are we're not gonna do tunneler anymore. Tunneler is good, but I don't want to live underground. Where's light? What does this require? We are bugs. Okay, so here's what I have so far. What's this? Aristocratic? Industrialism and aristocratic are incompatible. Okay. What about craft culture? No. Okay, so Gestalt means that we all share a mood. So if everybody's happy, everybody's happy. If everybody's miserable, then everything goes horribly, really, really quickly. Aristocratic is kings and queens. So we have a king, we have a queen, blah, blah, blah. In the case of a hive, we have a queen. So this is the way to go for that. Then city builders. So we want to stay home if we can. We want to build a glorious hive. I would do insectoid mastery, but it requires insectoid primacy, which means that killing bugs is bad, and I want us to be like the dominant bug species. So we're going to do human primacy, and then isolationist. So we can't actually take in any new people, which will make a hell of a lot more sense in a little bit. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not going to change any of my precepts because I have this persistent precept mod. The hive is, and therefore we are. I'm so poetic. Sometimes I just want to kiss myself. It was all I could think of writing at the time. I was so tired when I made this thing. So being recruited, forbidden. Recruiting, forbidden. We absolutely cannot bring new people, insects, or anything else into our colony, which is going to be interesting. Dumb labor is exalted. This allows us to... Don't need that anymore. Remove. One of the things about that persistent precepts is when you change some of these, it doesn't allow any of this to shift. It's a good way to really cheese the game. Anyway, genetic failures are shameful. Humanoid hybrids are forbidden. Social interactions are disallowed. We can definitely remove that one now. Oh, wait. Actually. Actually, we'll leave that one. No. We'll get rid of that one. I'm an idiot. Torture is acceptable. Now, keep in mind, we are insects. We are bugs. We are not humans. We left our humanity behind a long time ago. So torture is acceptable. Insect meat is absolutely loved. Why not feast on the bodies of our fallen foes? We don't care about death. There is no mood effects when losing colonists. Power is exalted. So our leader gets a plus 30 mood, plus 30 opinion from everybody else. So everybody else just likes them a lot more. Tainted apparel, if apparel has been worn by a corpse that started to rot or something, we don't care. We don't care about tattered apparel. We desire the permanent base. We hate anybody who doesn't believe the way we do. This isn't going to cause much issue because I don't think we can actually change our ideology, or at least the people can't. Physical love is free and approved. We're insects, most of whom are girls. Do with that what you will. I just know that there's a need in the game, in the files, for them to have some physical contact, so I'm just letting it go. We are industrious insects, so mining yield high, farming yield high. Skilled labor is relaxed, so crafting tools, weapons, that kind of stuff. Medical stuff, some construction, and research speeds are even lower. Now, I put travel as desired because, as you know, I'm modeling our insects after bees. The most bees are capable of flying somewhere between 3 and 8 miles away from their hive, or at least they do fly between about 3 and 8 miles away from their hive, depending on the species of bee. So I put travel as desired. So we actually don't need to travel, but if we do travel, we get a mood bonus. Woodcutting yield is high. Androids are absolutely despised. We are insects. We do not like the men of metal. Women's spouse is unlimited. Men's spouse is unlimited. Only because there's not a none option. Otherwise, I would just have the queen be the only one who could do her thing. But I had to adjust that. You'll see. Brain scanning and cloning are neutral. Nerve stapling is neutral. This basically lets you turn somebody into a mindless zombie slave, but they're still alive. Vat-grown organs, cannibalism is absolutely acceptable, as is eating aliens. We don't care about small spaces. We prefer barracks, so as many people sleeping in the same rooms as possible. In this case, our hive cells. Apostasy is absolutely abhorrent. If somebody leaves our ideologion, they will basically be hated forever. Bonding with any animals is disapproved. We own other insects. We kill everything else. We don't care about corpses, dead person, blah, blah, blah. Execution, don't care. Alien races, whatever. Alien slavery is absolutely acceptable. Eating insect jelly is loved. Research speed is normal. Scarification, we don't care, don't care. Slavery is acceptable. Fungus, we don't care. All of these other precepts don't actually apply. Preferred xenotype strictness, we don't use a preferred xenotype because I actually, in my colony, use 6 different xenotypes. But that'll make more sense in a minute. Clothing rules for male and female, no rules. Organ use acceptable. Marriage, keep names. Female sexuality and male sexuality, we don't care. So originally, when I made this colony, I had a drone cast so that the queen and drone could make the babies. So I set this to heterosexual. Anyway, that's why it was set that way. But we also won't have any men in the colony. It's an all-girl, all-female cast of insects. The leader is called the first to die if it's the male, because they will be slaughtered. If it's female, then the empress. The moral guide is called the skittering speaker. The master architect is called the hive builder. The mining specialist is called the hive excavator, and the insectoid herder is called the caller of the hive. The rituals that we have available to us are the hive burial. This allows us to basically feed one of our dead to one of the insect hives that we can create, and they get torn apart like in The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. How does that have 2 funerals? Okay. The social festival is called the Day of the Hive. This allows us to have a little social gathering, and this will actually summon some wild insects to the surface. They'll come out of the ground to see what's going on. This is beneficial for us because then we can tame them. The Chittering is another social festival that we have that allows us to speak with insects in the ground and discover the ritual, or not rituals, the ancient complexes. So we can discover old places where only the bugs creep now. And then we have the insectoid hymn called Call to the Hive, which allows us to basically revere the insects. And if we do that, it will reset a couple of cooldowns for some of these guys up here. All right, our buildings. The ritual seat is the Neil Pillow. The building is called the Seat of the Hive Mother. And the building, the art piece is called the Hive Mother's Will. Then we have 6 relics. We have the Chitin Guard, the Chitin Gaze, and Swarm. And then Crush, Steeled Chitin, and Eyes of Chitin. And then our weapons, we prefer noble. We despise melee. And I'm letting them have whatever hair they want, but tattoos are no bueno. So we're going to save that. We're going to overwrite my original Will of the Hive. And next. All right, and here's where things get really fun. We're going to create, no, go back. Baseliner, load custom, and you are going to be our royal cast. Load anyway, save and apply. All right, so there's our first. I am going to populate all of these as the insect casts that I've done and get their backgrounds together, and then I'll explain to you what I did. So I'll be right back with you. All right. Unless I am extremely wrong, I think I'm done. Now, their names are up for debate. I can change their names at any time. I do keep mods on hand to fix things from time to time. So right now we have Jordy. Jordy is our cultivation cast, so she is unable to do anything except for cooking and plants. Crafting is disabled, as is intellectual. However, they show up as stats for some reason. Not quite sure why. But basically, they can only do cooking and plants. They were a larva. Skittish, which I'm sure it's supposed to be skittish, but I'm going to say it however the hell I want. Why do you have drugs in your inventory? Skittish. Skittish? Says that you have drugs. Whatever. Says that she has 9 caffeine pills, basically. She's royal caste, so she is incapable of construction, plant work, cleaning, artistic, crafting, cooking, hauling, and mining. She is social, intellectual. She can shoot and defend herself with a sharp, pointy stick if she needs to. Gargilio is our broodling cast. So she started as a larva. She is a broodling. She is incapable of violence and almost everything. Her entire job is to use this little parasitic stinger here to create more bugs. And you'll see much more about that as we go along. Then we have Judaismon. Judaismon is one of our warrior casts, so they are incapable of most work, but they are exceptionally good at shooting and melee combat. They also have some minor animal abilities so that they can help with the slaughtering of hunted animals. Isma is the same as, or Isma. Isma is the same as Judaismon. And like I said, all these names are up for debate. If you guys want your name in there or something like that, you just let me know. Arenica is our crafter cast, so also incapable of violence. I should point out, except for the royal cast and the warrior cast, every other cast is incapable of violence. Arenica is our crafter and artistic bee, and they all have the same health things. Mate is that Mate or Male? Can't fucking see. I can't see. It is Mate. All right. Mate is our builder cast. So once again, violence and just about everything is disabled except for construction and mining. And then Hap is our caregiver cast, incapable of violence and just about everything except for animals and medical. So we have at least a double passion in everything, but everybody is only capable of doing one thing. So let's get loaded up, and I'll do the very first settings that I have to do in every single game, and then that's going to be where we call it, so you'll have to tune into the stream or catch it on my VOD channel afterwards. Driven from the hive, from your hive by the Empire, can you bring your once great hive back to its glory? All right. And here's where we start. Give it a moment to think about it. Okay. Now, I do have like a bajillion and one mods, so if you're interested and you like what you see, just let me know. I'll be happy to put a mod list in the video, because I will edit the VOD just a little bit. I don't like to upload raw VODs. Okay. I'm just looking around the map really quick. All right, here's our people. I want to set up as far south as we possibly can in preferably a nice defensible location. So we're probably going to set up right there. So let me set up everything else the way it's supposed to be. We'll start with the schedule. Now Skatish, which I don't have set to do anything yet. We're working 9 to 5. We're doing some recreation, and then we will do some meditation. Like that. Then the rest of you will work every second of every day that you're not asleep. Yay. Okay. So we do that. Then we're going to create a new policy. We're going to call this battle stay. Oops. Station. Stations. Not quite sure why that one tripped me up. We're going to have that set to battle stations. We're going to go over here. Do that as well. Whoops. Then we're going to battle stations. And we'll set their alert to battle stations. Similarly with the animals. Battle stations. Perfect. Close. Okay, then we go over to battle stations. We set all of this to home. Go back to default so that when we toggle that, it will send them home. Looking around just a little bit. Do I see any better place to set up? No, we'll probably start the hive down here as far south as we can. But yeah, so we'll do that. Now we need to go into our priorities. Now I switched over to manual priorities so that I can tell everybody that they got to do it my way or the highway. Oops. Did that. Child care is Gargilio's idea. Skatish, the noble cast can do it, but they're actually not meant to. So, whoops. Handle. Cook. Honeymaker. You are all capable of hunting, though Skatish you're not going to. Construct. Yes, 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 yes. Smith. Tailor. Recycle. Craft. Art. And then turn off training because we're going to get a shit ton of that anyway. Beekeeper is going to be you. Then genetics and research and management. Fish. Writing. Turn that off. And down to guard. Okay. And just like that, we're ready for tomorrow when, well, everything may go to hell, but you never know. So tune in tomorrow for that. But I won't keep you any longer. Thank you very much for watching and liking, and I hope to see you in the stream.